Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today, let's predict the price trend of Tesla stock. I am a swing investor, and I will not consider the price changes of a stock 1 month later. This channel only makes short-term price predictions for stocks, usually 1 to 3 weeks. Welcome to subscribe to this channel. Tesla stock fell sharply on Tuesday, but technically, the stock is still in a short-term consolidation trend. Last week, the stock stopped at $334.30 and began to fall back, which means that after the stock price rebounded to a certain height, it was sold again by bearish forces, which made the bulls somewhat passive at present. The stock plummeted on June 5th, causing a large amount of funds to enter the market to buy the bottom. These bullish capitals seem to have not completely exited the market, so the stock is still supported by bullish forces. However, the resistance in the area above the current price of the stock is also very large, so even if the stock price rebounds again, in the absence of major good news, the bulls may still be suppressed by the bears again. We can see from the 30-minute chart of the stock. The stock price fell sharply and the trading volume increased significantly from June 5th to 9th. There should be a lot of long capital involved and promoted the rebound of the stock price. However, the stock began to enter a consolidation trend on June 11th, and the stock price did not rise further, indicating that the stock had great resistance in the area above $335, because there was a lot of locked-in capital waiting to be sold above the price, and the low-level profitable capital may have also withdrawn from the market, causing the stock price to lose the momentum to rise further. Of course, the signal of the stock bulls to maintain the stock price is also very obvious, because there is also a lot of long capital below the current price that has not yet withdrawn from the market. But despite this, in the current complex market background, I doubt whether these long forces can continue to maintain the stock price at a certain height. Through the position distribution of the stock, we can see that in the past 5 trading days, the stock's position volume in the $308.30 to $334.30 area has increased significantly, and a large amount of funds should have flowed out of the market here. The current price of the stock is at the bottom of the area, which is unfavorable for the bulls. If the stock price rebounds again, the resistance faced by bulls will be greater. It is worth noting that there are still a large number of positions distributed in the $334.30 to $365.40 area. There should be a lot of locked-in capital here, so even if the stock price rebounds again, this will still be a key resistance area for the stock price. In this case, it seems more reasonable for the stock price to adjust further downward, because the current bullish force of the stock may still not be able to continue to drive the stock price up. In the past 3 months, a total of 36 Wall Street analysts have tracked Tesla stocks and rated them. The current comprehensive rating of the stock is hold. Among them, the buy rating accounts for only 41.6%, while the hold rating and sell rating account for 33.3% and 25% respectively. These analysts gave Tesla stocks an average price target of $299.30, slightly lower than the current price. The highest price target for Tesla stocks is $500 and the lowest price target is $115. Tesla's self-driving taxi service will be launched in a few days. Investors who are paying attention to the stock are all focused on Austin, Texas. Tesla stock should see significant volatility around the launch of the self-driving taxi service. But it is too early to view it as positive news, as there are risks associated with self-driving taxi services, including delays, glitches, app issues, protests, and even accidents. The stock market fell on Tuesday mainly due to the escalation of the conflict in the Middle East. President Trump urged Iran to surrender unconditionally through social media, but at present, President Trump is still considering whether to directly intervene in Israel's war against Iran. People speculate whether the United States coordinated with Israel before the launch of Operation Rising Lion. However, Iran warned that if the United States intervened in Israel's attack, Iran would respond. I think this conflict may not be resolved quickly, and there is a risk of further escalation. The question now is whether Iran currently has nuclear weapons. If Iran uses nuclear weapons to attack Israel, the consequences will be really terrible. Israel's attitude is very tough and seems to be unwilling to accept peace talks and is determined to completely destroy Iran's nuclear weapons production capabilities. So this conflict may continue for weeks, which will put continuous pressure on the stock market. In addition, the Federal Reserve will announce its interest rate decision at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. The Fed is widely expected to keep interest rates unchanged, but investors will be closely watching the post-meeting remarks of Fed Chairman Jerome Powell. If the Fed decides to cut interest rates, then the stock market may rise further. Otherwise, the risk of a sharp market correction will rise significantly. Let's go back to the daily chart of the stock. Although the stock is currently in a consolidation trend, the bulls seem to be a little weaker. In the absence of major positive news, I think the stock is more likely to fall further. In the past 5 trading days, the stock has clearly felt the selling pressure from the shorts, and although this has not led to a sharp correction in the stock price, it still sends a negative signal. So I think even if the stock price rebounds from the current position, it is expected that the stock price will still not be able to break through the $334.30 level. And then the stock may adjust further downward, but the stock price is expected to be supported by the bulls again in the $282.20 to $308.30 area and rebound. Okay guys, this is my price prediction for Tesla stock. Thank you for watching. If you agree with my analysis, please share and subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next video.